So we got Willow Farm Fishery by the original Johnny Boy. We saw him before we got a picture with him, and he's actually well sound, to be fair. And he towers, doesn't he? He's massive. So Stan's got some new cork rods and reels. Brand new setup, looking nice. But my set of mogs like usual. Yeah. Well, yeah, you know.
Mine got complimented by Johnny.
Yeah, no it didn't. So Delcums and my rods like usual. And in a right tight line. Next week, so I'm going to be catching all the fish, not like Stan. Set up my two chairs. I brought my little floater rod. So Stan show. Well, you'll see some clips of it in a minute. But yeah, 6 foot we're on. Took there. I saw they were all on the surface. I was like, I might as well set it up. Quickly set up. And bed chair. Stan's got his towering bed chair. I've got my normal person's bed chair. Tackling that. And yeah. But we've not had any luck so far. But we've seen, I think there's 4 fish definitely that make a lot of noise, all these on the surface.
Seen the biggest coming in the lake.
Yeah, we saw that. It was down here.
It's around 30 pounds.
Stanley's dad's got his 2 down there. If you see them reeds. Reeds and the post down there, Johnny Boy said go over there. So he's casted 1 solo bag and then 1 dropping down at the reeds. And then mine are just literally down there. Down there, so loads of carp there. And 1 over there. And although I put mine there, there's 3 fish floating on it. One was a massive common, and there's 2 younger ones following it. So yeah, I was just showing you our setup. We're using the RG bait spoilies and some tiger knots. Stan's dad's, well, it's not his, it's his mate's setup, but he's borrowing it because he's just getting into fishing. So yeah, there's these rods. Stan's new cradle. Probably showed this, but yeah, we'll let you know if we catch anything and we'll get some pictures and everything. What I'm using just a slit D rig with and with a tubing lead system. Basically, no uses them tubing lead systems all the time. I'm redoing my rod and redoing Stanley's because we did them at R6 this morning. It's now like 3 o'clock. Or like, what is it? 3 or is it 4? What time is it?
It's 20 to 2, mate.
Oh, never mind. But we're just redoing our rods because it's quite weedy and I don't know if it's set right all the time. So I'm just going to redo that and then yeah.
So I've redone my rods. I've put 1 out there on a spinner with a yellow wafter with just a catapult of boilies around, and then I've just recasted my zig around the same spot, just in there with black foam on it still. But Lucas had one this morning about 6 o'clock. He caught his other line and it come off, but hopefully we get another.
So we're just recording this to talk about our rods. I'm on a spinner rig, with braided spinner rig. We put in the middle of the braid because even if it's over any weed, I know it's still sitting right. But if it's stiff boom, I don't think it. If it's on a bump, it won't sit right. So I don't really know what the bottom's like. Well, I do because it's a gravel bar. That's why I'm confident in that. But I don't know if I've said it or not. But and then I've got yellow wafter on it. My other one, it's at that bush. If you on the left side, yeah, it's straight there on that bush. That's another spinner rig, but that's with stiff boom. And then I've got a pink pop up over it. Well, on another spinner. It was just straight boilies really, and then poles I showed you before. So must be quite your new setup stuff. Yes.
So I've got a zig on mine, about 2 foot underneath the surface, with a cut up black piece of foam I think that'll do well tonight. And on my other rod, I've got a spinner rig with a bright.
What is your
God.
problem? I'm not deleting that. This is gonna be in it.
With a bright pink pop-up on it, and just straight boilies, and I've put that out on the bait boat near the reeds.
Love you, Sam.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
speak.
Johnny said it's about 4 or 5 foot all the way in this divot. Well, the whole lake, he said, really. So that's why the zig's on 2 foot down. But we'll speak to you if we get anything or anything changes. But I've never been confident on zigs, and I think they'll work because just like, especially here, because there's so many carp on the top and they've all gone down now. So I definitely think that zig's gonna work. So we'll record it if we get anything. So I had a run at 6:30 this morning, and it was the one on the gravel bar. So I put one out in that one, and then one on the gravel bar again. With my rod pod here. And we just finished getting all our rods out from the morning because we were all up. And unfortunately I lost the fish because it went straight into that big hole of weed. So I just run around my rod and I got it free, but then as soon as I got my rig free, it just came off straight away. But there's nothing I can really do about the weed. Because it's just one ball and it shot right in and got stuck. But I got my rig back, so I know the fish is safe. So yeah, but I'll let you know if we get anything else. We've done, but both my rods are on spinners with braid and a bit of putty on the braid, so I know even if it's over anything, we can. It's like lead flag on the ground with a tubing set up. That's what you have to use here. So we're just gonna update you. I had lost 3 because they're all from that gravel bar right there. That weed patch is what has lost me all of them. They've all gone into that and I've all got snagged up. So yeah, I've lost all of them. I'm still on same. Well, I've got 2 yellow otters because that's what I've been catching on with my spinner rigs, braided spinner rigs. You got anything to say, Stanley, about your?
I've not changed my rods. I've just kept it how it is. I've had a few beeps and liners. That's about it.
So, but we've
yeah,
changed
my
his.
dad's moved.
Yeah, Stanley's dad's moved because he kept seeing some fish crash over there. So we went there, but I've had a look, so I'm not moving, and Stanley's got no option because he's in my bivvy. So yeah, he's actually put his best angling skills in. He's not very good anyway. But yeah, he has changed his hook bait on his zig. What have you put on? Yeah,
Right,
yeah, because loads of people have been catching on them. And it's 3 foot in it.
3 foot deep.
Yeah, 3 foot deep zig. So yeah, we'll let you know if we actually land anything. Quick update, I've finally landed one. It's when Stanley wasn't here, so I ran all the way around there, my rod keeping the tension on it, kept swimming into the weed. So as soon as I set it, I just ran. And yeah, I actually landed it. I didn't have a net on me. Well, it's literally there. So I was screaming, Paul, Stanley's dad, next to him over, and he heard it, luckily, so he came over. And I got a net and I landed it. I'll put pictures after this video. But I just want to say, these carters don't give a lot of they don't do big runs. All of my runs, they've given me about 2 or 3 beeps. So I've got my Delcom to max sensitivity. So I get a beep now and again just from weed and wind and other stuff. But yeah, so Stanley's fishing dead tight drags and that because he's at that tree at the end. If you see it, it's at the end, it's like a tree. She's fishing like dead tight drag. But it should be room for another. I've had loads off that same spot. Instead of being there, moved it there. And I've been on all them same hook baits. That's what I'm seeing it. So I'm just tidying up his mess in there because he's a messy boy, aren't you, Stan? Drink like a good boy.
Hey!
Sausage. And well, we went tackle shop because I've got my 6-footer and I've got some maggots on the end of a bit of putty, and there's loads of fish creatures jumping down their margin, so I drop it in front, and I only had one suck it up and spit it right back out. And now this goon is throwing rocks at me like an idiot. Bugger off. So I'm just giving you guys an update. We probably won't do another one until we get another carp. But I've done singles now because I didn't find any good spots all down there, so I've just done the singles. So I've got that one in the spot where I keep catching them on the gravel bar. And then I've got this one single down to them pipes, and it's down that side of the pipes is like an underwater forest, and I've seen so many carp cruising out. The splashings I've got on there, that's just on the same rig. But yeah, and I've also got, as you see, I've got my little 6-footer out. I've somehow banked it from my bivvy, so I've took one out of my bivvy, and found these old bite lambs in my bag, and it actually works with a receiver. I've not got a bobbin, so I've used a back lid, but I've tested it, so when you pull the line slack, it just goes all the way down. Net there's for tonight, but that rod is just up there. Zoom in. That little bit there, because we've seen a lot of fizzing and jumping there. But these carp are always jumping about. You can see them when it gets hot. Like all down here. And I've had so many liners as well. It's been crazy. There's definitely been a lot of action in this spot. I'll let you know if we get any bites before bed. And we got all night. So as you can see, we've moved swims. We're not set up fully yet, but we're mostly set up now. But yeah, I don't know if they'll show for you, but there's so many fish showing. If you can see them all. There's so many showing on the top. So Stan's got his zig about...
They're like on the zig, right?
Yeah, it's a couple of inches off the surface. Is that what you'd say that's right?
Yeah.
Like not far off at all.
3 inches off the surface.
And then I've got my solid bag at the edge of them weeds.
6-foot rods.
Yeah, the 6-foot and the edge of them reeds. 6-footer there. One next to the island. And one all the way near the oxygenator thingy, my bob. I don't know what it's called, but you know. But I don't know if this was the right move. I can't get them feeding off the surface because I've tried to bread because I'll reel in my 6-footer and then redo it. But these are all the parts, so I did not mean to get the 6-footer out. I could say, oh yeah, I'm skillful, I always bring this, but no. The poles from my bivvy is like a massive bank stick. The bite line I found in my bag, my old ones, and I've not got a bobbin, so I've got a back lid. But look, when it goes slack, it pulls it down. So they didn't make she's bobbing and everything. So I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll let you know if anything else happens, and we'll let you know if the move paid off. So this isn't for this lake, but I forgot to record the end of our session at Willow fishery. But yeah, I didn't get any more when I moved pegs, so it was a bit annoying because I think I would have had one more at that gravel bar because that was just printing out fish for me anyway. So yeah, that was just a quick update on our session. I packed up and then we literally got home, had a shower, got changed and came here. I'll post this video a bit later.